Cool.
And I'd argue too that probably people going to see an Anthony Robbins thing too are probably a little bit less of a tosser afterwards than they might go back to being a tosser, but they're probably less of a tosser a week later. Can't really tell whether it did make a difference, but it probably did make some impact on their life anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's
a lot of people say it's like going to the gym. You go to the gym once, it's going to do something for you, but you've got to keep going back.
That's the thing. And an example of that is, we used to do the educational packs and sell boxed CD sets. We used to send them out, sell a shitload of them, which was really cool. However, once our printer called us and said, hey, that last batch of CDs that we sent you, we stuffed it up. They're blank. And this was 6 weeks after. And we realised that only 5% of people actually take it out of the box and use it. And they were the ones that called up and said, hey, there's nothing on this disc. Most people, it's enough just to have the Christmas shiny thing experience. In leadership, that's not you. So yeah, you've got to impact and have this, because the first time you talk about this, it will be a Christmas experience. They will go, oh, shiny thing. We're excited now and passionate about the project. Then to inspire them, you need to have people that are with them every day. So your managers, your leaders there, using this language, and we'll put them all in a giant webinar room and teach them this stuff as well. I'm sure they can watch these videos. Hi, if you're watching this and I haven't met you, trust you're enjoying it. So that's there. So they need to have the language. So the language around it is not just how, job. It's like, hey, so why we're doing this, the purpose, just to remind you, Bronwyn and Tony Kitchens doing this market, this is where we're taking them, looking at the category. Your category is in design, and the things we're looking at, how are you going with this task, rather than just going, how's that layout looking? Have you done step 1 to 4, like that? So you're constantly inspiring them back to this. And remember, this is external and internal. So yeah, so this is their vision, and how are you going? What are you learning in this process? Who are you becoming by doing this? This is the language that leaders, really good leaders, use. You digging it? Nodding heads around the world? Cool.
So a huge problem we have with projects as well is that the clients just go to sleep on us. There's a massive thing that really shocked me. They paid a lot of money, a lot of time, they get nothing because they can never get off their ass, give us the bits they got to do, the sign off the content, the meetings in order to move things forward. And I think I've often said, we get the sales consultant to ring up and go back to, this is why you did it, this is why you signed up with it, why you paid the money. But we need, if we can get much more in touch with that, because look, Tony and Bronwyn, you want to create the greatest kitchen that the world's ever seen. Remember that. That's the big thing. So we can sort of know that and then play it back to them. They're now inspired to do meetings, do sign-offs, give us the content.
Yeah. And that is the brilliant segue to the third thing of leadership. It's influence. Influence is the ability for A to make B do C when B would not usually do C. I'm going to do that again. A to make B do C when B would not usually do C. And the way you do that is through language. So to influence the team, you've got the impact, they've had, that big hit, they've seen the vision, you've presented it marvelously, you've explained to them the story, where you're going, who they're going to be to get there. We're all one around this vision. We're rallied around it. Cool. That's the passion there. That starts it going. Then you've got to have the language to keep inspiring them around that. So that just means in the conversations, it's, hey, start with vision, always. Couple of lines, vision. Always have this conversation. Then what? Then structure. Then how? Then who? So all the time. This applies as well externally and internally. So talking to the client, as leaders, you have to express this to the client. You've got to tie that back to their vision. So you don't go, hey, we finished, doing page 196 of your website and everything. Like, who gives a f***? Like, you've got to say to them, okay, so on the way to creating this thing that's going to create this for you like we've discussed and everything, so chunk to vision, then go, we're creating this structure and that's going to do it, and then explain where you're up to and what you need from them. Always start with why. That's the punchline of this. Start with why and have it. To influence them, what do you think's more influential? I need you to just, Bob, you promised me you'd send me that checklist of things about your website. When's it there? Oh, look, I've just been really busy, mate. It's not important. Or, hey, Bob, remember we had that chat about you dominating the market? Yeah, you're kind of sleeping on that and your vision's not going to come correct unless we look at this category to address these pages so our team can support you in that vision. Is that still important to you, Bob? Bob can't say no to that. It's very difficult for Bob to be out of consistency with who he's promised to be, which is who he really wants to be. Really. Cool. I think I'm done. Beautiful. Can we do questions, thoughts, key ideas, everything? Let's just get the conversation going, guys.
Just wanted a point to bring up, not to undermine what you're saying, obviously, there's the project leadership, as obviously, I don't know if we can go to the whiteboard instead of right time.
Yeah, man, go. Cool.
Alright, so I'll just say, so we're starting off with this line, which is, so project initiation. So we're starting off here, and obviously we go through all of this, everyone gets inspired, you inspire your team, everyone gets really excited about this, and you find out, your, the mission and the vision, and you find out that for the clients, and because everyone's so excited, your goal post is now here, so that's your ultimate project vision is now here, so we'll just call it out. So project vision, mission, whatever. That's to make the client happy, to make everyone on the team because everyone's so excited. But what I'll find usually what is the problem is because of what has been really sold is we have a limit of hours, say we have 200 hours to deliver something. So say it's 200 hours, and that's as far as we can go with the project.
So there's a disconnect between the salesperson and the project leader.
Okay, so is that
what you're saying?
Yeah, so that's what I'll be limited with. That's what the team will be limited. And if we go further, we can't really be excited about the project anymore because we get penalised in different ways.
We've got to be clear though that you might want to be the greatest kitchen company in the world, but this is a step in that direction. There's this first bronze website we're building for you is not going to get you all the way. It's going to be a big step in towards that. Yeah, so we've got to make sure the sales people aren't saying, you're going to be the biggest in the world.
So mission and vision has to be really not about this project, it's about that ultimate goal, and then you just have to communicate that those goals are the end goal, in 5 years or something, and this is a stepping stone.
Cool.
That was the biggest disconnect for me because I was just sort of wondering how you tie those two, because there's usually a massive disconnect between what was sold and the ultimate goal.
You might do 100 projects to get to that.
This is a really cool distinction, yeah? Nodding heads around the world? Cool. Yeah, so with this, stay with me here. You will have, within this, the big vision's always really inspiring, yeah? So the big vision of someone, what they really want to achieve in 5 years, that's always the big thing. It's not like 90-day goals, they're immediate, but they're not inspiring. So you can share the big vision for the team about the company. You can share their big vision. This is where you're going to help them to go. And then you go, the vision, purpose, and outcomes of this project. So you'll be talking milestones there. So you will need to make it clear to the team, this is big picture. Start with the biggest picture you can, and then go, within this project, these are the things we're going to do to support this big picture. So this is the game we're playing now. Yeah, spot on. So the key here is don't promise shit you can't do. So around this, it's important to talk to your team about what they're contributing and what they're creating in the long term with this client. This is the client's dream. We're supporting that by starting here. So they're going to start with 200 hours. Here's our vision, purpose, and outcomes for this 200 hours to support that. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine. But just obviously that has to be communicated obviously at the start of the sale. So the client is not already coming in thinking about that point, even though really they're at that point. So you just sort of from day one.
That's the thing. You can't have. This is the question about communicating with the reps, and I think we'll, as time goes on, potentially do some cool mastermind sessions between project managers and reps to close some of those gaps in communication. How does that sound? Because I know that that's across, all industries, that's a major difficulty. Because, your rep goes in there, they want the sale, they're hungry to get the sale, they want to do it, they promise the world, and then you guys have to hand them an atlas. So really getting clear on standards and expectations there, it's going to help you guys be real with them. So that's a huge thing, yeah? So from this discussion today, facilitated, what are the key things that we've got out of it? We need to have a discussion with the salespeople about producing a document around vision for them, so you guys can use that to your team. Is that useful?
Yeah. So the vision's like a kitchen place that's been around for 30 years and now want to expand, dominate, and they want to compete with the leaders of the industry. They can create the best kitchens at a fairer price so they can build their business, have a bigger team, and get fantastic word of mouth around town because they are better than everyone else at a better price.
Yeah, they want to,
It's also going to tie down to what time they're giving themselves to get to that stage as well. That might be something that they want tomorrow or in 10 years or 20 years as well. So it depends. If they say tomorrow, that's an unrealistic vision statement.
That's the consultative process as well. So sitting with them, if they're the 100th biggest and they want to be the best in 90 days, you've got to work with them around that.
So I think as a part of that document, we need the time frame as well. So
But that sort of line, that sort of approach is the better language rather than just get more leads, have a nice website. That's the vision.
This whole thing is an exercise in language, and the better you guys can get with your reps at languaging this around E. So I'll go through environment with you guys again. It's vision, where we're going, mission. You can have sub-vision, so where the project's going. So bigger vision, sub-vision. Mission, how we're going to get there. Values, how we travel or ride or conduct ourselves on the way there. Standards, what do we do all the time that are not negotiable that we have to bring to the game? Expectations, what we expect from our clients to be able to do this. And then you have outcomes. What are we going to achieve? So that all that exists in that chunk. If you can get really good at languaging that, it's much easier to bring people with you. Cool. So as an outcome from today, you guys are going to start working and doing exercises with your teams around communicating this. Is that right?
at both levels, yeah? At the client level as well as at the team leader.
At the client level and the team leader level, yeah. I would say even the team level. Get them on a go-to meeting, explain it to them. Get really good at impacting people across this, saying this is what we're creating. If you can have an hour and everyone's on the page for where you're going, how you're going to get there, they all get that, that's an hour really, really well spent. Don't you agree?
Yep.
Cool.
Excellent. All right.
All right, I think I've got to get on another call
You've got
soon.
about 1 minute and I think you're out to lunch with Wes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Rock and work.
Right,
Thanks for bringing it.
everyone.
Cheers.